stink. You took a deep dive into RJ Harvey's performance. What'd you see?
Well, I tell you what, it was an exceptional performance by him. And we've been talking about him trying to break runs and him bouncing outside and him not really entering with just kind of nasty intentions. And it all changed for me watching him in this particular game. I'll start with his first run. You get in a 2-by-2 formation, and it's a condensed formation, what we call West, so 2 tight ends on the left-hand side. And they're just running duo, so it's double teams across the board. And you're trying to get those double teams pushed up to the linebackers. And he enters in, and this is one thing that I think great backs do that Harvey hasn't done until this game. Hasn't done consistently, I should say, until this game. He stayed pressed front side until the linebacker committed. So there's a double team between the left tackle and the left guard, and a double team between the center and the right guard. And he pushes to the left-hand side of the center, to the left, and just pushes until the linebacker creeps over, and then he cuts back right behind the right guard. So essentially, by taking that extra step in the line of scrimmage, he blocks the linebacker for the offensive line. He brings the linebacker to the double team, and then he sneaks behind it, and he picks up something like 7 yards on that play. I thought it was just an A-plus run by him, the way he set that up. All right, now we get into a situation where we're in solo, and one of the big themes in this was the amount of 12 and 22 and 13 personnel, meaning 12 being 2 tight ends and 1 back, 22 being 2 tight ends and 2 backs using Prentice as an extra fullback / tight end. Like they were in that. The majority, they got into 13 jumbo, where there it is, Mike, the jumbo, where they use an extra offensive lineman. So this was the one play that bothered me. This is the one play that reverted. He was down in the red zone, and they call an 18 handoff. And he comes on the right-hand side. He presses, and the safety is running the alley. The safety's an unblocked guy. What do we always say down there by the goal line? You got to do what in tight red zone? They were like on the 10-yard line.
Bring your own blocker.
BYOB, baby. You got to bring your own blocker. Well, the guy's running the alley.
Stokes not impressed.
Yeah, the safety is running the alley. Number 20 is running the alley, and he bounces. He breaks the tackle, but he bounces outside. Well, as he bounces outside, he flattens, and when he flattens, the pursuit catches up to him and tackles him for no gain. Now, I would have loved to see him put his foot in the ground and cut behind the safety who had an outside leverage approach, right? He's trying to take out his back leg, and you're falling back into your blockers. And maybe if you break that tackle, maybe you get enough pressure from your blockers to have a mosh pit type of run. But that was the one he bounced out, and I just thought that was kind of a D run by him. It was what we have seen him try to break outside, and he allowed the pursuit to get him. All right, well, then he changed. Then he was like, no more of that. So they get into another 22 personnel solo ISO, and just, again, blocks the linebacker on the duo play, hugs that tight double team between the guard and the center, gets the linebacker to commit, and then bounces in there for a 7-yard gain. Another big-time gain. There were a couple that I just thought were exceptional. They get into 13 heavy personnel, 13, and they're using an extra offensive lineman, right? And you get a missed block, and Mad Max beats Mercedes Lewis across his face. He hits a Harvey in the backfield. Harvey breaks the tackle and still finds 6 yards. Like, that's the kind of run you need inside. And, it was just consistently doing those things that I thought were great. They ran a pitch play. And I'll finish with this. They ran a 19 pitch, right, where they're pin and pull. And remember that down by the goal line, when they ran that 18 handoff I told you about, he tried to beat the safety to the outside. They run the pitch. And because of the crack, there's what we call a crack replace corner. So here comes the corner screaming down to set the edge. And so he's got the pitch. And earlier in the year, he would have tried to bounce that outside, and he got tackled for a 1-yard gain. Man, he put his foot in the ground, cut back inside, cut past the linebacker who was flown over the top, and picked up 7 or 8 yards. I thought that was an A-plus run. So there were a bunch of things that I thought he set up the second-level defenders. He blocked them for the offensive line by the way he ran the ball, by the way he pressed and got an extra step into the line of scrimmage before he cut off of those things. It was a big-time performance, man. It gave me great hope that RJ Harvey can be the answer to that question that we have had is who's going to replace Dobbins. I thought he took a huge step forward in being the replacement for Dobbins.
Stoke, you did those 3 long scoring drives. What kind of RJ Harvey observations did you get?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, he's been great in the passing game, obviously, but I think the biggest thing that we have to realize is he's still a young football player that hasn't gotten a ton of opportunities on the ground in the running game. And so the ones that he was getting, I'm sure he's trying to do great things with them. Instead of sometimes, hey, a 4-yard run might be a great run in that situation. And now that he's getting more opportunities, hopefully we see more games like we saw against the Raiders. Now, it is the Raiders. They do stink. So we do have to remember that. But those types of performance, you talk about confidence-wise for a young football player, a young running back, what it could do for him. And, yeah, I mean, it's looking for someone to replace Dobbins, and hopefully this is something that really helps him, give him some confidence that, you know what, he can do it at the NFL level.
Good work, boys, on both Telestrator Tuesdays, powered by Colorado Credit Union. Love where you live, love where you bank.